in.
Alright,
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session, and today we're looking at a $22 game that our friend Danny played. He took first place in it for 2.2K. So it's a tournament that starts around what time you said?
6 PM.
6 PM, so it's a late one. So it's an
Eastern.
all-nighter, right? You're gonna be there until 2 AM, 3 AM?
Yeah, I think it was around 2,
So this one has one rebuy,
and this
Okay.
is my rebuy.
so this is the rebuy bullet. Alright. Let's see how it. So ace jack. What do you guys like here? Are we in the right order?
Free bet or call?
And it's fun cuz I played this like 2.5 weeks ago. I won't remember every single spot, but
Yeah,
I'll
that's
remember
good.
the important.
I would
ones.
say priority three bet.
I like it. Three bet.
3-bet
priority,
pure, right?
Priority three bet. I think you
Yeah.
call it.
Bet small.
A little more.
We can't hear you, Tim. Why don't you size up here? Cause I think like.
Cuz we're deep.
You lean. Maybe because of the depth, but I think,
I think I can go small, actually. I was a little surprised. to
In
see this.
position, you could probably go small on that board, paired board.
Yeah,
Just go like
Especially-
20%.
I'm
Especially when-
team Louis Philippe here. I think it's just a small bet. It's two,
Especially the
two,
deuces.
5.
20%. You wanna be able to call raise, so.
Tim, you're still a robot, unfortunately, but I think
I
you
knew
said
it.
you agree.
yeah, we
Yeah.
all
Going
know.
like
Same small bet as well.
Mainly
30%,
small.
it
Five.
looks like.
If I were playing it right now, I would have gone small.
Yeah, because you have
This-
7 people telling you.
This is good.
No, before I even
it?
saw the size.
I think this is good.
Think it's-
Maybe like it's kind of deep, but I think this is good. These are kind of hands I've been trying to work into my three bet range that I miss a lot of.
Really?
hmm
Cause these are the kind of hand I've been trying to get out of my three bet.
I probably rolled high.
25% is a good one.
Yeah, I know it does it some. It becomes a more of a thing the shallower you get. I think it's more popular around like 40 to 60 maybe.
I'm
Yeah, I
definitely
didn't
not
think-
doing this all the
I
time.
didn't think it was that much of a thing this deep.
But it's in there. It's just it becomes less and less as you get deeper, right?
It's
Joey?
definitely in there. And if like exploitatively, if you want to overdo your three betting just a little bit, this is a fine hand to find some extra three bets with.
I was more like king jack, king jack, but.
I like it. I like it.
But
I think
you
it's fine.
Might have had a read on this guy that he was opening too much.
He loves your mama.
Mm,
It's a good
So
enough
three bet?
reason.
Yeah. Check, yeah, check raise.
Ooh. Okay, so what are you doing if that's a suited king ten? Are you continuing there?
Like a king ten of diamonds?
King ten diamonds, king ten
Yeah, I
heart,
would
or
call
not
one
hearts?
for that size. He made it
I think
pretty
you-
small.
Can we talk about this quarter pot size?
Yeah,
9
10
8,
ones.
just like he's lit up
30%.
with gut shots and
Oh.
lit up with gut shots and pair plus
There's a corner.
draws and 2 overs, like.
I think this, you probably wanna size up at your 10 here, cause you got the,
Good shot,
like
big
10,
man.
jack, 10x, jack X, maybe queen X size up.
I'm sorry, I
can't.
don't see the gotcha.
He's just
No,
saying,
not-
Tim's
no,
saying
that's
like
what-
his continuing range. His continuing range is
He
gonna
has
have a
million
lot of
good
that.
shots. He has queen 10, he has queen jack, he has open enders like jack 10, yeah, stuff like that.
He's saying villain won't have an issue defending this board.
Exactly.
What? Think this guy's calling you with queen ten and then playing back with it here when it
Queen
just.
10 suited, I mean,
I'm saying our 10x,
You can have
jack
kings
X
here.
and queen X probably size up our draws as well as pocket jacks, pocket tens, pocket queens are probably sizing up. So I think if you're betting this combo, it probably bets bigger.
I mean, look it up, Louis, but also like when we have pocket 10s, aren't we excited to get him to fold like 1 or 2 overcards, you know?
And for
To be
what it's
honest,
worth,
I
I
think
wouldn't
like you
fold.
can.
What it's worth, I wouldn't fold here either.
Right.
Understand? Yeah, maybe the strategy is a big bet. Because
To
of.
be
the-
honest, you
wouldn't
could
fold-
probably bet small here. It's probably fine. I mean,
You
it's
wouldn't
gonna
fold
have.
king 10 versus the check raise?
Yeah, I'm in position.
Why?
I think
Bro,
a
that's
bit- I think
punting.
it's too much. Yeah. I
What's he
think it's too
raising?
much.
He's got a lot of bluffs. He's got,
What? Look at this.
yeah, I mean, I'm not folding this. It's
Imagine,
like-
imagine the. suit-
What?
It's a pure fold or a raise. It's not a call.
Louis, can we look at our betting strategy there before the raise?
Yeah, cause the bet 4.4 is
Yeah,
only
it's mainly big,
12%.
huh?
Check. What's it doing?
So far I went small, big on a small board and small on a big board. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at this one and I think like,
Yeah,
it's very likely the nuts is gonna change by the river.
At
You know,
eight.
top pair type hand is not gonna hold up, over pairs are often
What
not
is
gonna
eight?
hold up.
Oh, it wants to size up.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim was kinda right, like pocket tens is gonna play sizing up, so this one wants to size up as well.
I've been looking for these, man, and I think if we're, you know, going small with our bluffs because people fold too much, then against an aggro player, that gives him a green light to pull a move on us, and then we're
I
stuck.
think I think I went small for the same reason I chose to three bet him. I must have had some read that he was just like. Splashy and would auto fold a lot of stuff, be too wide on the flop and auto fold a lot of stuff.
I mean, fair, and you probably are right about 90% of the people we play against. Probably true about 90% of us too.
Alright, so what happened there? You
Is this
you
even a
flat,
flop bet?
you flat the three bet with this?
No,
Or,
I three bet out of the big blind.
No, he 3-bet.
oh, okay. You could probably, I mean, I think you can mix here. I
Yeah, I
do
don't-
check here sometimes.
I like
Oh,
the
I
sizing
checked
for
it.
3-bet. It's nice to see you not going too small.
But I bet mostly.
I think, the sizing I'm gonna be betting here is very small, though. It's a dry ace high board, so like, I think pocket aces is gonna be pretty small. Like, I've been doing,
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you're never betting like 10%. Are you?
no, I'd probably bet like 4 to 5 big blinds here, though.
Okay, well, okay. Cause you
Yeah, I
went
do-
5, the solution is like 10% pot.
10%, yeah, okay. And I mean, I think you're just kinda targeting everything that's not an ace.
But I thought kings out of everything could check here sometimes.
Yeah, I like checking with this hand.
So I guess the smaller bet forces him to continue with all his under pairs he still has to call with.
Should I
Yeah.
check the river?
How do you play this river? That's
Did
it.
you bet the turn?
Third one
No,
check.
check turn.
So we bet
I
flop
think,
small,
you-
he called, then
I
turn
think you
check
go really
zero.
polar here. Like you
I
got
went all in.
basically, yeah, well, that's, I don't know if I would go that
Yeah, I
polar.
think that's too
I
big.
think that's gonna be solver approved. I really think that's gonna be solver.
So let me ask you why you wanna go par. We checked the 9, so what's our strong, what are we polarizing here? Like, what are we saying our best hand is after we check turn?
You kinda got like the nuts or you got
You check
nothing
back, though.
here. So you like, you're gonna have aces full of nines, you're gonna have quad nines, you're gonna have ace nine, you're gonna have pot, you're gonna have kings full of nines. Like, those are the type of hands that would go polar here.
I think,
As
Even ace
opposed to
king, right?
like, yeah, ace king could possibly go, yep, ace king could do this.
Ace queen.
Ace
Really,
queen
any
is,
ace could try to get him off a chop in theory, like.
yeah, I don't hate that.
I feel like it's like a 60% pot, a pot size here, I don't know, like, but he did check back turn too, so I guess he lacks 9s. That's what's, where I'm not
I
sure.
mean, we'll have ace nine suited still, we'll have king nine suited still, and we'll have pocket aces full frequency, we'll have pocket nines. we have
Okay,
pocket
so what are you
kings.
bluffing? What are you gonna go pot or over pot with your bluffs?
So.
Probably
Queen,
like
maybe.
queen, jack.
Yeah,
No,
jack
king, queen,
eight, like
just
all this,
check.
all the suited-y middling stuff,
10-8.
like
10-8.
10-8 could be a good one.
I don't think I have 10-8 in range.
The river is purely check or jam.
Check or
Wow.
jam, okay, yeah.
Check or
Well, then
jam.
you found it. You found it. See, and like, this is why I think you wanna jam this hand, because he's calling with every ace X because of the board. They all chop.
Okay,
Yep, exactly.
that makes sense.
Ace five is worth the same as ace queen, is worth the same as ace seven.
Alright, one I did okay on.
Yeah,
And, like,
honestly, you
I don't
did
expect you
good
have ace
there.
king is there as well, like when I'm in villain shoes.
Can we see our bluffs
Give me
there on
credit
that
for
hand?
having an ace that beats me.
I think I check back.
I'm wondering how many bluffs actually jam, like, we might, sometimes we just have value,
It's like the
right?
bottom of my ISO range, Lewis.
You should
I
have
just- I
some
wouldn't
like
always
zero
do it.
equity. So yeah, like 10-8, jack nine, like, or well, jack nine's trips, but like
So
10-8
9
is a
X
good
for
one.
value, yeah.
7,
Just any-
6, 6, 5, 5, 4.
It's all this like zero equity BS that we have in our range.
Yeah.
Which
this
I
is a little bit
probably don't
undercuts.
have enough, considering I don't think I'll three bet them enough.
It's like king.
Now I'm learning
and
to.
these.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean, I'm not finding those, honestly.
I would
Well,
be
that's
worried
why-
about doing it cuz I don't expect them to always fold an ace, you know?
Well, they're not folding an ace,
Not that
right?
you're
So like,
polarized around hands like pocket jacks, like you wanna get pocket jacks a really hard decision.
so when we jam here, are they ever folding an ace?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they are. I think, I kind of agree with you, Danny. I think they're making mistakes here, overcalling aces, so. It may play into the, you know, profitability of that strategy with some of those combos.
Interesting how a 7 folds.
Well, you're blocking, I
Yes,
guess
sir.
having a seven's not great, I
Block
guess.
the
I don't
bluffs,
know,
huh?
man. Yeah,
I
I
would
guess you're
check
blocking
back
the
here.
bluffs.
Is it me or?
I
We're
think
so
you could probably
deep.
raise, you could raise
Suited
this
I
or
think
kings.
check.
this is fine. I think it's pretty good.
I check back too.
I probably
Yeah, I
rolled
check
high.
back.
Keep in mind I have RNG and for stuff that is a mix, I have the
Blind
call.
versus blind versus a limp, you're gonna mix the entire range. Like,
agree with
it's
you,
fine
Abe.
if you check, if it's fine if you
Yeah.
raise.
And it's just like the suited king, it's a good hand, you're 150 bigs deep, like, let's go.
Alright, we're too deep here. I don't like
Yeah,
this.
I don't
Yeah,
like this either.
Yeah, I'm raising.
It's
Right
under the gun,
position,
under the
so-
gun one.
Yeah, I need
It's
to
just-
read that somebody behind me
it's
is
just you're too
blasted.
deep.
Like,
It's
I need
just-
somebody behind who's just like popping off in order to.
I think
blast
it's better
this.
to flat queens here than
I like
kings.
flatting more the deeper we are.
So
No.
hold on, for what it's worth, Skate or
No.
Die has been in and out of our group many times.
Who
This
has?
is
I don't-
Julian, I think.
Who are you, what are you talking about?
Skate or Die
87.
87, I think is Julian,
No, Skater
Julian
Die
Hare?
is not Julian.
but he's definitely in
That
our
guy,
group.
oh dude, this is a good table. Okay, so Rocky's Road is B Fizz from, he's one of the coaches of BBZ. Rookie 1609, he's a streamer. That's dramatic degen.
I wanna call so many things here.
So
don't
he's
I?
aggressive.
I don't know.
Then Deegan's
I think you wanna
aggressive.
call very little things here. I think you call a lot like, cut off and button. I think you really, my strategy here
Yeah.
involves like no calling basically.
Yeah, you're like three betting or folding.
And I know the solver finds some, but I just don't.
I agree.
Yeah, calling here. and-
I think we just like kings, like aces is just so much more robust to trapping than kings is, like he has some trashy ace off, ace X that we can get to fold if we just like 3-bet and ace 10 off, says goodbye to 30% of it.
Well, so like, another thing with that, Danny, as far as like flatting those really strong hands, if like
It's a
you've got
raise.
people behind you squeezing at appropriate frequencies, like I could definitely get behind some of that.
So Skate or Die, I remember is the dude from Florida.
Yeah.
But if they're not squeezing appropriately, you're
This
probably
guy's in the
losing
study
value.
group, basically.
He's what?
He's in the study
Okay.
group.
Yeah, he's been in our group a lot. He's in the, over on poker coaching too. He lives in Florida.
How often do you check raise here on the flop?
Very
I thought it
Pretty
would
frequently,
sick
represented
burn.
some, but
He lives in
Um,
looks
Florida.
like
like-
it's not.
like 80% of the time with this hand.
I free bet the ace
How's
nine
the beer
pre
call?
personally.
It's not check raising at all.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Wait, how deep effective are you though? Like,
40.
is the sim? The
The
sim's
side
looking
thing
at
of-
40? It's at 50,
50.
it's saying 50, but 50's fine.
That's after his open and
Ace
season.
7-2 is pretty dry, so we don't have a ton of draws. I could see calling here. It's hard to find bluffs.
He bet a quarter pot.
We don't even raise ace jack.
Wow.
I guess we're too deep. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was definitely imagining ace jack is the one to
Can
go
you
with.
move it? Move it. What's the depth we're looking at? How many chips?
50.
Can you put it on like 40 and 30 to see how it compares?
I think it will start to raise the lower we go. You see, like, some of the frequencies are waking up a little bit, but it's still
It's
not
just
doing
hard to
much.
balance, I think, is we're really struggling to find bluffs to balance.
Wow. I think,
And
yeah, I
then
think
the
Ken's right. The board
bluffs
is just
are
too
like-
dry.
Are like high-low wheel stuff, so that like king 3 is probably like king 3 with a backdoor flush draw and a wheel draw.
I guess like a hand of like ace 9 is in a situation where it's like either way behind or way ahead. And like on a
Sure.
board this dry, you
So
just kinda
ju-
wanna keep ranges wide.
Yeah, just call, I guess.
Alright, so you check, you bets against small.
This is not a thing on.
What is this?
on LoJack's line. This is not a line.
Dude, Dude, I'm telling you, alright, so this guy, man, like, that's his whole thing, like. His whole area of expertise is kind of like building exploitative strategies against like small ABI pools that are weak.
Fair. Yeah, fair. Because he thinks we just call along with every pair when he bets quarter pot on the turn.
Well, so there's some theory behind it, like, you're not supposed to be able to get away protecting your range with those small bets. Like you saw, he had kind of a weak ace, you know?
Right.
And, maybe he's just trying to control the pot. Like, I don't know, honestly, his reasoning for a double small.
To raise or not to raise?
I would call in,
would
I don't know,
call,
man.
yeah.
You're- Dude,
I
you're,
feel
you're
like-
too deep.
I feel like in the
Not that deep
middle,
Against him.
I feel
Oh,
like
wait,
in the
this
middle,
is-
we've seen that.
Yeah,
we don't-
but.
Hey, man.
What is he gonna wake up check raising with kings when I overcall here?
I
don't know.
honestly, I like calling here. I didn't realize it was multi-way.
I
So,
think in the middle, I don't think the middle does a lot of raising multi-way pots on the
yeah,
flop.
in
Well, they-
general, very often it's a pattern we see the guy in the sandwich. Is protecting his range with, everything.
Yeah.
So you wanna keep this guy in. Raising here is not great.
Hmm.
You you get a gift.
This time it works.
Unless he has
This might
spades
be
or
overset or
Yeesh.
something.
some nines.
I don't think you're winning
Not
here.
the turn card we wanted to see.
You're gonna river a full
Oh,
house. There you
okay,
go.
Okay.
Alright, so let me walk through this real quick, just like, present an argument here. Okay, so like, pop on. Let's say he has like a medium strongish hand here, like he's got, I don't know. Let's say he's got pockets
Tens.
10. Well, okay, something like that. Anyways, his range. If you call here, Rocky Roads is definitely gonna squeeze. And now you've presented a capped range, which is gonna open up poppin to play aggressively, which you're gonna
Yeah.
get more chips.
I'd
As-
much rather call here.
So by doing this, you kinda let that guy with the 200 big blinds out of the pot.
Yeah, like if I'm popping and I have aces, I'm folding.
Yeah,
Right, I mean, that's pretty, when you see
I'm not even
a
joking. but
raise
When I
jam,
see bet and someone raises and someone jams, aces is not good. Like, it's just not.
nope.
Right.
but now Nick, if you see a call and a jam on a really wet texture like that, you might put in another 40 big blinds with aces, right?
I have the ace of spades, I'm for sure gotta go. I'm like,
You mean a
whatever,
call and a
I
raise,
got run
like,
around
if-
outs.
But
If we
Galen,
flat with
let's
aces and the
say,
guy raised with tens, yeah, I'm continuing with aces for sure. I'm probably just calling. And then when
Yeah.
eights jams, and I have to fold, but I put more
then they
money in the
both get
pot.
away, right?
So
No,
you guys
tens,
are calling or folding here?
Versus
You're
small
late
blind.
enough position where
I'm
you
calling.
probably continue here this deep.
I
It's
think it's a
hijack.
call. The three bet's undersized, so I think.
Depends on his
we might
stats.
call.
I'm calling, but I gotta play very cautiously post flop.
I'm absolutely calling. He bet so small.
So,
Yeah.
like.
His
the
three size is supposed to be like close to.
What if, let's say he has a 6% three bet?
Fold.
Fold.
Yeah, you can fold.
I'm still calling in position. It's just equity needed to continue. We have
Let's
to
say he
call
has a
four.
4% three bet.
We have to call four to win like 12, 14.
I mean, you can't stack off if you make a
Reverse
king here.
implied
If
odds,
he's got a
though.
6% three bet, goes bet jam on like a king high board, you're probably crushed.
I believe he did
Yeah.
have like a 6%.
So,
He's still-
what I think is going on here is the position, right? You're kind of in a steal position. He's in the re-steal position, so that's just what's going on here. We need
Yeah.
to defend a little bit wider against re-steals.
That's right.
So that's
See-
just it.
That's
So-
it.
And then we're in position, and then on top of that, cuz even if we didn't get the good price, it would be still a call. Right?
Yeah, like what's the
But
three bet
that-
sizing in the
That
solver here?
range that GTO Wizard has is not his range.
4,
I'm
10.
just dominated so often.
Yeah, so,
Right,
yeah,
Dave?
but the three bet size is 10 in the solver and it's still calling with king queen off.
Yeah,
This guy three bet to 6.
Yeah,
snap
because
top.
his range is like the nuts.
It
Yeah, like,
doesn't
he
matter.
doesn't have
It's-
worse than king, queen here. Like, he's not doing this. He might have like king jack suited, right? Like, that's probably his worst hand, but
What about
Right.
pocket
Still see it
jacks,
flop.
pocket tens? What about ace queen when we hit a king? Like,
Yep.
That's fair.
we're,
I agree.
we're getting such good odds to continue in
The queen
position.
is live
yeah,
against
that's
ace
the thing.
king.
I
Yeah,
just
that's
play
fair.
cautiously against these people. That's all. I definitely am not
Exactly.
folding. I'm
All
definitely
in
not
proceed with
folding.
caution. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so that's a blunder.
Alright,
Well, I would say the exploit is you're gonna have to be able to get away from top pair. If you,
Yes,
yeah,
in some
agree.
cases. So
like on
like,
the
if you're,
turn.
On the
Yeah, if
river.
you're okay folding top pair, I would definitely say continue. That's the only caveat I
Ooh,
would say to that.
Wait, did we just let go king five off from the small blind?
Yeah.
Wait, what
Just-
was the,
We just opened much king five off?
no, I limp
Oh,
folded,
limp
right?
folded.
You have to continue, I think.
Yeah, I think we need to play that hand.
It's king
I
eight.
actually like limp raise king five off a lot. Like limp three bet.
Oh, you actually
Oh.
flop or you check fold.
We saw
Oh,
flop.
okay, alright.
I have a
Oh,
gutter.
Just we're going
I don't mind.
we're going-
All
folding there.
spade.
warp speed over here.
How deep are we? 50? Okay. This
Nick's
might,
Nick's trying to jam. I can hear it. Thinking about
it
jamming.
might, I'm gonna say it might jam at some frequency.
Not at 50, right?
I
Maybe
think
at
it might.
40. I don't
You
think
know,
it's
three
a
bet
thing
this
in
some,
40
actually.
anyway.
Preferred, but it may just be a sliver off, like where it's still actually a fine play. It's solver really
Yeah,
likes.
I think calling's probably primary.
I just wanna point out, you gotta find some three bets sometimes with those middling pairs versus, button. or
Yeah, it
cutoff.
probably rolled low
Is
or
this a big
Sometimes.
bet?
sevens likes to flat some.
I'm betting big here for sure.
Yeah, two broadways is a decent big bet.
I'd bet small
That
with
big
the
enough?
heart. I prefer
Yeah.
to bet big if I didn't have the heart.
I think it's the reverse. I think when you have the heart, you bet larger.
Top of the flat range.
This one probably mixes. I would just call
Sure,
low.
I think you can call up to almost jack sometimes, right?
That mixes
Yeah.
for
Especially
sure.
on-
100%.
I think it's
that
like
mixes.
I think it's a pure call.
I don't know what to do on those turns with hands like that. Just
It's no
Oh
good.
yeah, you just.
What do you
That
mean?
was good
I think they
fold.
generally play fairly honestly. It's a fine fold.
It's a king, you're against under the gun. What are you gonna do?
Two broadways, you're
Alright,
out.
just
Yeah.
making sure.
Yeah. They're just not like barreling sevens a lot there, and if they do it, sometimes good for them.
They're bluffing.
Do we ever
with equity.
three bet these pairs, Louis, at this depth?
No?
I think
Only
you
from the
do.
small blind I do it.
think-
I
I
don't do
think
it from the
you-
big blind.
No,
Probably
I'm not.
think we
mixes in there as,
I'm just
bluff a
flatting
little
heavy here. I don't know. Is this
I do
wrong?
it from the small blind because I want to ISO. I don't want the big blind out of the hand. I don't
You
want to
always
play middling pair that, like, sometimes I do it. Sometimes I flat try to hit a set, whatever, but sometimes I
I
like to
prefer like
ISO.
the suited connectors here, right?
Just kind of theory wise.
Yeah, I was talking about from the small blind.
I know.
Yeah.
What's the
What's
worst
the
pair we
range?
three bet?
I was good. Yeah, that's the question.
Tens, nines?
No, definitely worse than 10.
I think
think
it's
it's
like
like
polar. I think you have some polar combos in here.
Sevens or eights?
Eights.
No,
is
you
like-
guys are right. It's too deep.
So
So
yeah,
if you-
tens is like full frequency, falls off. after.
If you drop it down to like 40 and 30, it'll get some of these polar combos in there, I
Well,
think.
you're just jamming, I think.
40,
Yeah,
yeah,
those,
30
like-
for sure.
Yeah, 30, yeah.
Even at 40, I think you're jamming some of those worst pocket pairs.
No,
Maybe you
no.
have to be against button.
It has two sizes for three bets here. How weird.
That's really
Hmm.
weird. I don't play that.
35, you're in.
Of course.
I would
Uphill.
call.
You can
Can
actually
donk.
raise at some frequency, I
I
think.
could dunk that probably.
Yeah, I think you can dunk that card.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Ugh.
Queen's not great, right?
I'm gonna pay here. I remember this. So. Queen's
Queen
not
is-
great, but
Yeah,
he can still have some bluffs here.
I
It's like a
would
good
fold.
bluff card. He made it so small though.
I think
would've
you're making
donked
a
forever
mistake when you're
return,
calling
though.
here. Okay, so if you're calling here, you'd rather have like a 10 or a queen. And you don't wanna block a 6 because he's gonna bluff the 6.
I like raising.
7x. So when you call, you don't wanna have a 6 or a 7.
Raising's
could
pretty
be
sick.
sweet.
Yeah, raising's pretty great.
He should be
Let's see, I
barreling
don't-
turns with his
I
six
think
X,
I call and
honestly.
win, but I don't remember 100%.
It's like ace X, six, king six, ace six, and all that's
So what
probably.
do you guys say in general? I'm folding here.
Yeah, I'm folding.
I'm raising a lot.
raising's kind of an interesting one. My problem is it feels kind of value heavy. Like, this is like a rivered queen or something, and I just don't think he's folding a queen versus a raise, so.
Oh, well,
I would-
wait, look at the GTO line. We can lead turn a lot,
Yeah, makes sense.
but then
Mhm.
we're not supposed to check this river.
We block. Yeah, makes sense.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I think
I
you
would
had
never
king
find a
jack
block.
here.
So we should be
Okay.
here.
Do we ever check raise flop?
No,
No.
I think I'm doing that a little bit.
And then 97%. So would you rather call with like a 5 here or a pocket 6? Cause I'd rather call with a 5.
I don't know if there's a huge difference in my
I
mind.
mean, it's tricky. He doesn't really have a lot of 7-6 in his range after checking back turn. The stacks were deep enough that he's really should be betting that a lot.
and his bet's weird too. Like he shouldn't be betting that size, I don't think. Like he should be either bigger or checking.
Yeah.
Which
He
is
made,
weird.
he gave me too good a price.
Like he's begging to get called.
So I call. I pity the beggar.
Yeah, people are all like nitty, scared of they're not gonna get value, then they size really tiny. You should see this like across the game tree.
So pocket 6 seems to be better than a 5 here.
Maybe he's supposed to value bet
It
some
does.
fives?
What size is he
It
supposed to
does
be
block the
betting?
straight.
Nice.
Ah, I told you I'd remember everything.
What size is he betting LP? Like his size is just wrong, right?
Okay, so having the king here is the bad card. Or having the ace.
Makes sense.
Can we
Louis, can you
see
look
his
at Ken's
bet
question?
size?
What's his betting strategy supposed to be once we get to river?
On the river.
Hijacks.
Yeah, it's probably like half pot bets a lot because he doesn't really have the nuts.
It's 6 or 4.
Alright, so.
And what's the
exactly.
pot size?
So it's a
9.
thing. Pot was 8.5.
Yeah, so he's playing this right.
So, well, he's still going over half pot with a small bet.
And look at that, he's well, I mean, the one size is basically half pot exactly. The two sizes are very close. But he's supposed to value bet a queen. He's supposed to bluff some king X. Seems fine.
I think I'm raising this combo a lot pre-flop.
Yeah, I
Think
agree. I
flipping's
think
Fine though.
You gotta call at least here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
I
cool.
don't know about calling on
Maybe.
flop.
Oh,
Shit,
Kinda
that
risky.
flop,
one.
I'm folding flop. It's a board where we can have a lot of connectivity.
Exactly. We have a lot of other hands.
Don't you have to call
Eight.
every ace high here?
I'm not
Yeah,
betting that
like-
combo.
Like, we're gonna have to call, like, ace high is gonna be pretty strong in our range, so we have to call to reach MDF.
Always a call on the flop. You gotta
Oh,
call
yeah.
every
I mean,
ace.
it's worth 0.2 bigs.
So one big blind bet, you gotta call every ace, no?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Is that what it was? He bet one?
One.
He bet one.
Yeah.
Still third pot.
Gotta call every ace,
You gotta call every king.
even every king.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'll
Can we
pick.
see pre what the mix is, with
Like
ace six?
50-50.
Folding loses, how many is that? 19 big blinds per 100?
Yeah,
Jesus.
gotta call your ace highs here.
Alright. Can turn an ace, what else can I turn besides an ace? I guess I could go check, check too.
Yeah,
Turn
you
an
also
ace
have-
is
You have
miserable.
runner Broadway theoretically. It's a bit
I mean,
thin.
it's a light
Yeah,
pot. He
but
could
I don't
get-
wanna
he could
check
have, like,
call again.
He could have
Ooh,
like 6-3 offsuit and then just
Okay,
give up.
Danny, this
What is
is,
this?
this is,
Oh, this is a
this is-
thing, this is a thing.
this is terrible, no?
No, someone was giving me shit for this while they were railing, and then we looked it up and it's like 60% calling or something ridiculous.
I'm not a fan.
I don't like this. This is the second time
I-
I've seen you flat a monster pair.
I've never called here in my.
Hey,
No.
Danny, I'm
I
the
rolled
net
low.
man, and I like flatting big pairs, I do, but you're too deep, man. You gotta lower SPR.
I almost never do this. I was kinda, it's cuz we had just had the Peter session about like flatting some stuff when you're 100 deep.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah.
but,
This
So
is a thing.
like,
If you guys study range construction, deep stacked, this is definitely a thing.
Alright, so my only question is, why is it a thing? What benefit does flatting have here over raising?
Trying to induce squeezes, I think.
Okay,
Protects your
so
range.
It protects
Pr-
your flatting range.
protects the range against a balanced opponent. So like, if they're not squeezing behind, and I don't know, man. I think in like a $20 tournament, I wouldn't worry too much about flatting range. I think you probably just get value from you, like the top of your range.
I
When you're
agree.
super deep, when you're super
Yeah,
deep.
yeah. I mean, for me to do this, I both rolled low and I had enough stats on rookie and or skate that they're squeezing enough for it to work.
I would say rookie's probably squeezing enough and Skater Die has been around the group, so I think he's probably been introduced enough to make it probably okay to justify that. Right?
I prefer this flat if like UTG raised. But
Yeah,
like against late position, like you just gotta get value.
This is miserable.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
this
sucks.
is- these are the stuff my nightmares are made out of.
There you go.
And
Dude,
has
Not
this is
doing
what
it
I
twice.
like. Yeah,
I'm gonna say if you flat again, we're having words.
Clearly after that last hand in game, you were like, can't do it. It hurts too much.
Right.
New table.
mean, this
I
is
like a
bit loose,
fold.
but
I
I
like the
fold.
fold.
It's table
It's a big
dependent, I
17.
think, this one.
Yeah, folding fours is fine.
Don't say it, Louis will hear.
I think
Call?
we still get in here with
Uh,
5-4 off. It
yeah,
holds
yeah.
up pretty well multi-way. We still call the
Especially-
off.
Especially 25 effective.
This is
Yeah,
a
Easy
we
call
looked at
first,
this
though.
on
Yeah.
Monday, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, the offsuit connectors are good.
And I didn't
Yep.
put this in my range on Monday, but in game I do call it, so.
What are you
Yeah, I don't
doing,
know. We have like
Danny?
5 clean
Hmm?
outs against a guy who could just be betting any two
Oh, dude,
fives.
you can't, I don't think you can fold here. You
Oh
can
yeah, I
have
have
a
a
doing,
heart,
hard,
Danny?
it's 4, 5, 6. I don't know, chalk it up to 6 tables. I mean,
Yeah, and you're just
the
like every
opener's
time
still
a four
behind.
comes, you're good. Like
You have
pretty
a
much
pair
every
of
time
four.
comes, you're good.
Yeah, yeah.
The
You
No, I
have
bottom's probably
heart.
betting. The
I
bottom's
agree.
probably betting 50% of the time.
Have a heart.
I agree, I agree.
In multi-way pots, in the advanced tournament course, Jonathan shows that bottom pair can raise a lot too.
oh, I didn't even think about
For
that. That's
me,
an interesting,
this
I
is
was thinking about
better than a
raising.
10 here. Okay, cuz the 10, you're gonna be in murky waters with a 10. Whereas if the 4 pairs or the 4 plays or the 5 plays, it's always super clean. But for me in multi-way, this is a great call. It's a scam hand.
I'd much rather have top pair than bottom pair. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what he means though, like,
But I get what he means. It's not that
if
it's
you
This
a
is
turn trips, you
multi-way,
know
so
you're
if
good,
you're-
right?
if you're
It is very
playing a
clean.
big pot with a bad top pair, you're always losing, right?
Yeah, but I like blocking top pairs.
right, so like, what Louis is saying if pairs, but like a pair of tens, it's way more questionable just because of how it interacts with their range, right?
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the free bet. You can call though as well.
Oh, exactly. This one's fine to mix, but three betting's great.
Get it through the cold collar.
What the? What is this?
close the action here.
I'm ripping it.
I
that-
think,
I'm not ripping. Cool.
I think ripping is
Bad.
probably spewy.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to read on
So-
Gronk that he's doing this with something that's too weak. I think if anything, he's
I
probably
mean,
too strong.
I
and not
think
too
it's a
weak.
call, but you're not closing the action, so it could be just
Can we look in the solver?
no.
Well, it's a cold call. It's a 3-bet cold call. Like,
Oh,
there's not
yeah.
really a
So, well,
range.
The
let's-
cold collar
see-
have a lot of
let's
10s and jacks and stuff that he probably just
Nick wants
doesn't.
to see
fold
that
to
the
a jam.
solver doesn't have it.
No,
And
I'm
if you're
saying
looking
let's
at the
ignore,
solver, like the sizing's ridiculous, so it's kind of.
let's ignore the cold call and see what our response is.
We can't do that.
And then we can why?
Because the cold collar will have us dominated a lot.
Well, there's like, alright, so like I would break the cold call into like 3 different categories. Like first is a maniac guy who
Calls
is
any
gonna be
pair.
there. He's gonna have like random hands. Then there's gonna be a guy who has like the miserable part of the range that's like nines
Ace,
through
queen,
jacks,
tens,
ace, queen
jacks.
suited. That doesn't wanna four bet or fold, so they cold call. And then there's the guy who doesn't raise the nuts, where it's just like pocket kings or aces. That's
I just
trying to
wanted to
set trap.
scam.
I mean, yeah, you just
Yeah,
want to set line here, essentially.
What do you do if you have jacks here in the spot?
I'm just gonna
Uh,
call.
Probably.
I'm definitely
with
jamming
jacks.
jacks.
Probably
100% jamming.
We can't- we can't
four
get
better
it.
rip it, yeah.
You
You
got
can't
under
get
the
a shove.
gun here, man.
But
That's
he
good.
calls. He just calls. Like he
I'm not
counts.
worried
Oh,
about
he's
under
not
the
a cold
gun.
caller.
I'm not worried
It's the
about under the gun.
opener.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, wait, we actually we can look at it.
I think jamming
Uh,
jacks is good, like reasonable at least.
Then definitely stick it in with
We
jacks.
cannot,
we-
even the button here doesn't have a calling range. It stops here.
Yeah, there's no calling range for the button, so it does break the solver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And small blind sizing should be like.
Hold
close
on.
to
Let's.
15
I
big
mean,
blinds
we should
there.
discuss this more. I think because like we're gonna have jams, right?
Nick,
what-
if that
So
can help you,
hold
you're
on,
the
hold on,
only one who
hold on,
wants
hold
to
on,
jam.
hold on, hold on. So the small blind is very incentivized to 3-bet squeeze with all the dead money in there. And then the original opener only calls and caps himself. So the top of our range is gonna want to jam to just put in all this dead money versus someone who is incentivized to 3-bet and someone who capped himself.
Louis, look at GTO
I
wizard,
agree.
and just take the button out of the equation.
Guy
Dude,
squeeze so
here.
small.
Yeah,
Open
exactly.
and a
I think
half.
The sizing's just ridiculous. No, I mean, Nick, I think it's close. I don't think it's torching.
I think it's
I
close
think
as well, but like
I was about to say I'm going for queens for value. Yep, there it is. Because like I'd love to beat some of
Not
his value.
jacks.
He's snapping us off with jacks, right? And so it'd be nice to be ahead of some of his calling range.
Yeah, that makes
Nines and
sense.
What is-
tens are like the actual worst ones, though.
And I
Yeah, I'm
didn't think it was
expecting-
that cap, like under the gun is not that cap.
Well, I mean, we're kind of jumping back and forth between theory and exploit land here because this hand is not really very theoretical.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's-
expecting
I'm
small
not-
blind to basically have jacks plus. That's my default.
You mean when he calls, he has jacks plus?
No, small blind. When he
The
squeezes
squeezer.
like
Okay, you think his range is jacks plus?
yeah, on like a $20 on ACR without a like villain specific read, I'm basically assuming jacks plus.
See, if he had like 3-bet a reasonable sizing, I'd probably be more believable.
What do you
or,
think of that
know,
flop check?
Lean towards it. He has value, but the sizing is so weird.
Yeah, I don't know, I would always bet here.
He's really short and we have the board.
You can
crushed.
mix, you can mix,
Yeah,
check,
yeah.
raise,
You can
bet,
get it
whatever.
in for a check raise.
Majority bet.
Anything. A check is the largest frequency though. Alright, rip it in.
Yeah, I don't see anything else to do here other than rip.
Big bet.
Big bet. Call.
Why big bet multi-way?
Call.
Well, you got a 9 here. Ace 9, king 9 want a big bet, no?
I mean,
I
can big
don't
bet
know.
could mean half pot.
Maybe
Yeah, I
it's a
think
little
half.
too
I
big.
think
But
half. but,
you know what? They're both very short, so I think it's up in the air.
Ace nine, I think for sure he might go big. King nine might check.
No,
No,
probably bet like
no
3
checking in position
3
with
to
top
4.
pair.
Multi-way?
This hand's vulnerable though.
Yeah,
Nah,
you're not gonna. You're
It's never
20 bigs
checks.
deep. You're stacking off here. all the
Checking here is
time.
a disaster. Against their depths, I think. You just let them hit a free queen with
Yeah.
queen jack or something.
Even if we're 100 big blinds deep, I'm never checking king 9.
I mean, theoretically, I know
Yeah.
we don't do a lot of betting, so I think I always thought it was just like your top, it's top. And a couple draws, maybe some sets, some over pairs, but second pair I think is where, second kicker is where I think it starts checking a lot, multi-way. Just theoretically.
For balance.
Hmm.
What's he
It's a
flattening
low
off
jack, small
11?
blind, big blind.
Well, that's the thing, like, he's like, I'm just looking at the big blind stack. I don't care what the small blind does. I'm never folding whatever he does, no matter what. Like, if
Right.
he jams turn and the other guy folds, I'm calling. Even if the turn's an ace or whatever, like, I don't care.
So are you scared with king nine that you're behind?
No, I'm not scared. I'm just trying to think, I just think theoretically, it's where it starts checking.
He wants to
Okay.
let,
You
let
mean like
them
you
make
can't
some
get
bet
value?
mistakes
I
on
think
the
like
turn or
the
something.
hands that I don't wanna, bet because I think I like isolate myself against too strong of a range.
Are
is
we,
like some ace highs and king highs.
sorry,
What is
are
it,
we
nine,
talking
eight,
about
four?
checking in position with
I
like
don't know.
top pair?
Louis
That's
up and to
what
the
we are
left,
discussing,
9, 8,
yes.
4. 9, 8,
Yeah, I don't
4.
think that's a thing. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
You do a lot of checking
No,
multi-way
Louis,
to
this isn't a
start.
good, this isn't a
They
good board.
gonna change
Louis,
things.
you have to make
The
it
9, 8,
9-8.
4.
Yeah, do the
But-
9, 8.
9-8 has more dynamic
Straight
against the other
Yeah, for
ranges
sure.
than 9-4-3.
So we're gonna have a problem here because small blind is just kind of a ridiculous range.
Yeah, just pretend he's not in the hand. Like, I'm ignoring him, just like if 25 effective.
The right
or
one,
whatever.
Louis.
9-8-4.
984.
9-8-4 works.
Yep,
There you go.
that's better. Cause he just shouldn't have a lot. I mean, we can look at it here. It'd be interesting, but
So he's majority betting. And then hands that can go all in on the flop, ace nine, king nine, son. You can go all in. And then the rest of the colors a bet. Bet 1.4, bet 3.5. But a 9 here is always a bet.
So I'm checking too much this short. How about deeper? I guess, can you look deeper to see? Just
and then
curious.
let's, the hands that we're checking, okay, like,
How deep can I go?
Can you go to like 40?
Wow, this is new.
could we look at our checking range in that spot before we move on? Just kind of like what are general hands, what like what's
It's almost a
range.
range bet.
Ace king.
30% check, so like ace, king, king, queen, ace, jack, those are checks.
Top set,
Third pair, ace four.
pocket sevens.
Okay, so
Even
some ace
jack
highs,
10.
some king highs, a couple 8x's. Alright, makes sense.
Some second pair. Well, just king eight. So Ken, your second pair top kicker is doing a lot of checking, or second kicker rather.
So how about deeper? Like, when does it change? When do we, cause I just know, like, looking at a lot of multi-way spots, that you just do a lot of checking. I guess when you get shorter, it goes away.
It's just not so much button, small blind, big blind,
You
like,
do, you do a lot of checking when you're in the middle with people to act
Yes.
still.
if
Like
it's like
closing
cutoff versus
position
button,
is, yeah,
Yeah,
closing
and
position,
might
it's
also
not really
be-
a thing.
You might check a lot when you're out of position to somebody. You're like hijack versus button. Button has a pretty solid range.
I mean, multi-way in position, you could bet loads, like at least 50%, about 50% usually, at least.
Do the one without the straight draw 984, or without the straight.
Just-
Excuse me.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that one matches.
Cause it has the flush draw.
Yeah, flush draw, no straight yet. It's good.
There's more gutters, but whatever.
10 big blinds more. No more all ins.
There's more betting.
Checking less.
Checking
Yeah,
left.
Ken, when you're last to act, you get to bet a lot.
Let's see this.
And yeah, and your checking range is mainly like ace high, king high.
Alright, so maybe I went a little too big here, but
No, no,
I
no,
think
it's
this is
fine.
fine.
It's fine. It went like between 3.5 and 5, 6 here. Okay, raise. Let's just look it up for fun. So,
are we calling all of our nines here?
bet,
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah,
call, the big
I mean-
blind, raise all in. Then it's back to us,
well, there's no way you're folding.
calling every 9 in range.
You got 7, 8.
That's a pretty spicy jam.
Pretty bad jam.
I liked it.
I thought he
Definitely
was
liked
ahead.
it.
Yeah, it's like this guy's c betting too much. I'm gonna take it down.
No, he didn't. He was crushed.
So is this just not a board where we see bet and then that's it?
Yeah, this
You
is, I've identified this as a leak of mine. I'm probably not betting enough of these.
You can definitely
spots.
see bet this spot.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
Do we
agree.
like a half pot sizing?
I would go smaller.
Yeah,
I'd
bet
go
small
small.
and then double barrel on a king turn.
Yeah, king is definitely a good barrel card. And now
See-
now you just lose the pot to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
why 3?
Yeah, why?
Yeah,
Why
three's weird.
3?
I like it.
I
I don't.
because the big blind is this stack sizing, I think this comes up later in the tournament as well, and someone duly recommended I could go 2.5, which I like a little better, but basically just wanna force him to call a tighter range, cause I don't know, like I'm
Why?
Near
definitely not
ICM?
balanced when I'm doing this. Yeah, we might be approaching bubble here.
So you want him to
Um,
fold queen deuce? You want him to fold queen 4 off?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
want to say.
Well, those
I don't
are
see why we-
folds, those are folds to a min raise, I'm pretty sure. Actually, maybe
Yeah.
not at this depth.
No,
No, they're
Suited?
not, but
No, certainly not.
I-
They're
No
calling any
offsuit.
queen.
Queen deuce off?
It's 15 bigs
maybe versus
effective. They're
button.
calling
I like,
super
I mean,
wide.
3 is a little bit big, but I like raising larger as an exploit from the button and cutoff. I've been doing it a lot and it works really well, in most cases. Because this, small blind and big blind don't really adjust their range well to the different sizings. They're supposed to be more polarized as a result of your larger range, and people don't do that. They pretty much call a similar range and 3-bet at the similar range. But they don't really alter their strategy, which leads to you just playing a bigger pot in position more often.
I'll put it this way, like if they both had 15, I would just open jam. But with him having 23,
Sure.
I no longer wanna open jam, but I wanna adjust somehow, so I made it 3.
call or
Right, I
fold.
just like.
Yeah,
I
that-
think
that's
if
not
you're
good by
changing if you're changing it for this hand as opposed to other hands in your range, I think you're just inviting your opponents to notice that something's up. And
Call or
like,
fold.
why give that away?
Tim, call or fold.
You gotta call
Ugh.
this, man. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
you-
even think it's that close.
Yeah, you're near top of range. You can't fold this.
I
It's a snap.
break my wrist calling.
It's
Yeah, I
a
mean, you're
snap.
supposed to call.
What about
Call the
ace jack
doctor,
off?
take me to the.
Okay, like ace jack off for 30, I'm going to like make maybe a player specific thing. Like if the guy's nittier, I might fold. If he's no reads, I'm calling.
You call
From the
ace jack
button.
off here sometimes.
I mean, theory wise,
yeah.
he should be jamming any pocket pair.
Always
he's-
calling this check.
And he's jamming ace 10 as well. So I'd
Ace
call
10
it
is
Oh,
when
he-
I start to be like,
He's
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be jamming
Ace-
suited 10, suited jacks.
You know, like king queen suited. He's probably jamming.
what's
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So you gotta
ace-
call with ace ten
Oh
here.
yeah, ace 10
Sure.
still prints, huh?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't think I'd fold it. And down to 5s, huh? 4s? Oh, he rivered me.
Yeah, so like ace 9, you're honestly just printing there.
This tournament was a roller coaster, by the way. Forewarning.
So, well, I don't know.
You bet big, everyone fold. I think that's fine.
It was multi-way though, and he was betting from middle position with like
Huh, what is
something.
this?
Oh, I know,
I
Alright,
think
yeah,
I
it's what
must
it-
have had some read that Bronk was.
maybe a smaller bet, right?
That's what I was thinking. I think check or smaller bet, but I mean, it's honestly, it's whatever. I think it's fine. He's just the-
I like it. It's like a geometric sizing to get them all in. Like Bronk had like 11 big blinds, so bet 4, he'll have like 9 behind. Pot'll be like,
This might flat a lot pre. Again, so here, if the big blind was short, I probably would just stick this in. But with him having 40,
I don't know, it doesn't
Small.
feel right.
I
probably
think
raise a little bit.
I like to call with
Probably-
this combo.
oh, I don't like calling.
If you like, if you had like queen jack suited, maybe it's a good jam, right? But
It's
this
still,
one-
it's too many big blinds. So the big blind has 40 bigs.
Yeah,
yeah, but.
I mean,
queen
yeah,
jack
queen
suited.
jack's good. King 10, jack 10 suited. Yeah, because you're gonna
Like,
jam
what-
with like ace queen, ace king. So you want to have some.
it doesn't
So,
matter.
like,
Once
20
you get-
though, like.
That's
I mean,
20
yeah,
effective.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's-
jamming.
Louis, that's not the right solve for this spot.
I'm not jamming anything, but my raise range is gonna be to like 9 or 10 big blinds. So I can raise fold against a jam with some of it. And I'm letting Bronk know that I'm putting him all in.
I
I think
okay,
that's
I like
good.
that. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, cuz like I said, I was gonna jam against Bronk if the big blind was short, so I might as well just effective jam against him and
So 30
him
big
three
blind
bet
is
that.
the gap where it splits from going all in and just calling.
When that's
It
the
does
thing
worse than
about if you're three betting plan to three bet fold, is that like it's a bit of a waste when you could call and.
So I guess going all in is kind of fine, cuz
I mean, I would call to
No.
Bronk.
we're doing it up to 30 big blinds.
Blind versus blind?
I get, yeah, up to 30. So if you make a
We're-
mistake, it's a 10 big blind mistake here. On a 100 big blind pot.
Wait, when it fold goes to the small blind, we're just jamming king, queen suited?
No, no,
At
this is
30.
versus low jack
No,
raise.
no, we're
If
not.
the opener
It
had
doesn't
30.
work that way. It doesn't
Is that
work
what you
that way.
mean?
Just because it's 10 more big blinds effective doesn't mean that the mistake's only for 10 big blinds.
I think the optimal is to go 8 or 8.5, like Nick said, and then I can fold to big blind jam or call
You're
if he's
pretty
crazy,
prompt to
maybe.
say it
Let's,
doesn't work that way. How
let's-
does it work then?
I don't know. You'd have to run the sample and see how unprofitable king, queen suited is versus a 40 big blind stack over a sample of however many, and then you get that output.
So you
let's
don't
pull
know.
up the ICM raises that ranges. that
I know
have
that you don't
different
just
stack
extrapolate
sizes.
10 big blinds as a mistake because it's 10 big blinds deeper.
But it's what we're
Also,
risking, right? So
If we
Louis,
guess
go
what
up
we are in
to
the tournament,
40.
we can look up like 37% ICM remaining, look up different stacked ups and get something similar.
Alright, 40's a pure call, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so. As long as
I'm
it
not sure
goes-
when, like, this might be bubble too, where I'm just like. Trying to put pressure. I don't remember when the bubble was.
Is he gonna show us aces? Is this what's gonna happen then?
I think I win this hand, so no. I think I river a king.
So it's more of a call because of the big blind here.
or
You'd have to
ISO.
HRC it, man. Like you just gotta HRC it if you wanna look at the asymmetrical chip stamp. I
I'll
think
look it
Nick's
up right
answer is
now.
really good. I think Nick's
Yeah,
answer is really good.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
We can note this for later if you wanna deep dive it.
Do
like
you get
jack
like
ten.
this?
Yeah, I
Going
love
in?
it.
You love it?
Okay, so like,
It's fine.
I go back and forth with it. I feel like when he clicks the call button, you're just like in really, really bad shape.
You have outs.
SPR is less than 1. He's gonna have a ton of folds. Yeah, I'm just ripping this. I think I'm just like ripping range on this board.
Alright, show me pocket 7. No. No, I didn't win this. Alright, never mind.
Pocket
Threes, bro. This
threes.
guy. I definitely.
When he shows
noted
up with
this guy after
threes, for what
this.
it's worth, I like the jam a lot more.
Well, you can't jam because. Yeah. The flop
Because
jam.
what?
maybe?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
The roller coaster continues.
You can call or three bet this.
I think you can call or 3-bet.
Against that guy who just showed threes, I don't want a 3-bet bluff ever.
Why?
It's fair.
Cause he showed threes.
Cause he won't fold. The value of raising ace 4 is to make him fold some stuff, right?
I think it's a fair adjustment.
Oh, good flop.
Hmm,
oh,
Oh, alright, we're in the money here, I'm pretty sure.
This
I
is a
remember
cool.
this. We had this spot, Galen had this spot. We looked at this a few weeks ago and he folded, right? Alright, this guy was Brazilian, but he hadn't been out of
Cool.
line. I was super on the fence here. I was
Yeah,
super
this
on
is
the
very
fence.
close. This is miserably close.
Galen, you're
hate
telling
it.
me to call 3 bets more and you're folding this?
You could fold. You don't have to take a flip
Yeah,
for a
it's a-
30 or stack.
It's 20 big blind jam.
Yeah, but it's late position.
Oh, he's in the, I thought he was on the button. Okay.
No, he is button. Wait,
He's-
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a dead small.
Yeah, if he was
I
small blind, I
mean,
like calling, but yeah.
If you're anywhere
is-
near any ICM pressure, I'd let it go. If it's early in the tournament, whatever.
It's in the money.
This is
Oh,
miserable.
I'm folding in the money.
How far in the money? How many player left?
It's pretty recently in the money.
Yeah. Then
I
it's
don't
a call.
know.
is
I
he,
think-
alright, so
actually, wait,
construct his
how far
jamming
are we
range.
here?
What do you think his jamming range is?
We
All
might be deeper
pairs?
than I think here.
Okay, all pairs. You're doing pretty good against a lot of
Um,
pairs.
And it's like a lot of well, there's no
Broadways.
small blind. There's no small blind.
Ace,
But
ace, king off, ace, queen off, ace, jack off, which are
I
crushing
mean,
us.
Okay,
mean,
that's
it's probably
3
worse.
offsuit combos.
I think there's worse aces he could be shoving, like ace 8 off.
I don't think he's jamming those. I think he could jam some low suited aces though. like
Yes,
ace
I would
five, ace
agree with
four
Nick. I think
suited.
he's gonna be more polar. I think he will have some suited some suited wheels. I think he'll have
Maybe
a
like-
lot of suited broadways if he's
Yeah, but
jamming
Jack
correctly.
queen suited, king 10 suited.
Yeah, so like we're killing, we're doing well against eights through threes. We're doing really good against a lot of these jams. We're doing good versus all of the Broadway jams. Nick is right. We're doing really bad against his offsuit ace X. But,
It's a
I don't
calling
know.
theory,
I feel,
think, but
I
it's the
think it's
bottom.
gotta be definitely close.
Oh, you hit it. Was that intentional? Yeah, there, it's the bottom.
Yeah.
This was my kind of, I wanna skip the bottom mentality.
Yeah, I
And,
think that's
he-
okay, cause he has to be jamming properly for that to be a profitable
Yeah.
decision.
And if there's any ICM pressure, it might squeeze the bottom out.
Very close, right?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
we can change the solves if you want to like quarter field remaining, or to 10% remaining or whatever. Whatever they have.
It's tricky.
Three-
There's only,
three
after
tables.
you're in the money, there's only, final 3 tables.
3 tables.
Mm,
So it's a
No.
bit.
Louis, 3 tables is,
It's
Yeah,
a
as
little
far as,
more
like, the
pressure
low
than,
ICM pressure, 50% is probably corresponds to like the amount of ICM pressure on you.
oh, right.
now 3 tables is set up for like the small pay jumps. Where we're
Right,
at
but
now.
yeah,
We could check both. Unless it's too big a pain.
So we need the button to have 20. Click on the button, Louis, above there. And
Oh
then
yeah, and it sorts, yeah.
search for 20.
Scroll up.
I never knew you could do that. And we have heaps, which is important.
We're low jack or hijack?
We're hijack, but we are the big stack.
It's a PKO as
Louis,
well,
go
isn't it?
up like 6. There's one
It's
with.
not a
no,
PKO.
Oh,
low
it's
jack
not?
PKO.
No. Is
I'm
there a way to
confident.
swap stacks around?
No, there's not.
No, you get what you get.
Just make
If it's
us
a
low
border
jack
chip
then?
away, then it's a fault, I see.
Pretend we're low
Wait,
jack.
Louis, he has
Should be
18,
close.
so maybe take a look at a couple others.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's out.
so it drops out there.
I mean, we're not the low
This
jack.
is, right, but
Well, what we
Yeah.
know when we start to have ICM concerns. The floor is leaving. So, depend on the stage of the tournament, but this could go from between. Like a marginal, the floor of your calling range without any like ICM. To the top of the folding range, right?
Even at
Mhm.
chip
Yeah.
EV, if you did the 10% of aces, this would fall out too.
Yeah. So very close. 8 deuce, could we ever fold here, pre?
I
No.
wouldn't fold.
And I,
No,
8
With
deuce,
ICM?
seven
suited.
deuce?
with
I mean, it's
A little
ICM,
bit
very good
maybe.
value, but it's a call.
You can't
Nah.
fold
Bombed
second, you
it.
can't fold
Can't
second
fold.
pair. Even
That's
versus
a
big
big
bet, you
bet.
can't fold. It's second pair though.
Bro,
No, it
I don't
isn't.
know.
It is a huge bet.
There is one heart, but.
Dude, I've looked through my database with some of this stuff. I've had this stuff looked at, like folding second pair versus anything that's like not over betting is, it's not great.
I mean, with the heart, like I get if you have spades, like maybe you could argue for it. But
Yeah,
with
and on that
hearts, like
board-
no way.
And on that board, he has a fair number of like, overcard, gut shot type of hands, so.
The one thing I would say is if you're gonna make folds like that, I would just fold it pre. Cause you're
Mhm.
not realizing your equity with that hand at that point.
What about this one?
That's
Oh,
fair.
Seems like a straightforward call.
why? But it's just folded ace-9 suited. And now
Yeah.
we're calling.
It's
No,
10
but it's
bigs, isn't
only
it?
10 and a half now.
Yeah, it's like, especially once it gets short, I feel like there starts to be sometimes like a,
I kinda
No,
like
the-
folding this better than I like folding the ace nine, to be
I don't
I
honest.
think
know,
I
I'm
know,
also folding.
jams and stuff.
I
people sort of-
agree.
I'm like, I'm
he didn't
folding as well.
shove. He
You guys
still
are
has
crazy.
chips
Look at the odds I'm
behind.
getting. 1.8 to 1.
are you calculating the risk premium in those odds, Danny?
I have the risk advantage. It's fine. I
Yeah,
can
there's-
call and lose.
There's not a lot of risk of premium on the 45 big blind stack calling.
No,
off.
but I'm just saying it affects the math that he's, calculating.
Would you
there.
rather call with this hand or ace five suited?
Ace five.
Ace 5 suited, I think.
Yeah, same. No. This is like the worst ace, so. I'm
Funnily enough,
probably just folding it.
he has ace 5 suited. Oh, I
That's
fold.
what I-
Never mind. Alright.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking
like
I would
the
rather
fold.
call with this because you're blocking bluffs at that point.
I actually thought I called and lost ace 5 suited there. It might be later.
Good.
I'm just committing versus him. Three bet for
This is
value.
a 3-bet.
How's it going?
Yeah.
You'd want to bet 10% on that board.
What did I bet?
10
Quarter?
AM.
Like that. 20 big blind.
Alright,
Is this a good call?
this is where I would
No.
call. I definitely am calling in this.
Short
Literally
stack,
every
short
stack is a rejam stack.
So it could be a great call.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Oh, he's pulling a gallon. Look at this.
Look at it, yeah, get paid, get paid.
This is
Get it.
officially a gallon. You get
paid.
aces late deep in a tournament and then two people jam it to you.
That's
That's
easy
what you call
money.
a Oh, look at this can.
Yeah.
I lost ace.
If you want premium, it's $7 a month.
Everyone wins here, but not aces.
Well, no,
lost
didn't
to-
he win the side pot?
No, he made a straight.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Some guy raised, I was in the money, some guy raised 4x yesterday, and I had aces in the big for 20 bigs. I shoved, he called off king 9 suited and then run it straight at me.
I would raise the flop.
No,
no, you're too
we
short.
studied this.
Oh, yeah, it's a short.
Yeah, Too
It's the
short.
Louis learnings from the article. We
Yeah.
raised the turn.
Yeah,
Louis learnings.
yeah, we raised
Yeah,
the turn. Look at
I like
this.
the shove on the turn.
Hey, just Simon.
Rack. 2.2 pocket deuce.
Alright, guys, I'm reporting in on that ace-6 suited hand. I ran one where we have heaps, and its final 3 tables I ran it. We're calling off against a 10 big blind jam. To find the stack, I had to put us in hijack, but it's not a big deal. So hijack versus 10 big blinds and cutoff. And yeah, ace-5 suited calls is worth a sliver. Ace-7 suited calls is worth a sliver. Ace-6 suited folds. So super close
Mm.
in theory.
Very close.
Yep.
Oh, you got scammed there.
What did I check jam? Did I flat pre? What happened here?
No,
Hey, what happened here?
I did.
You flatted?
I
I don't
like
like the
this.
check jam. I don't
Actually, do I like this with? I think I
no
like-
like you're folding out loads
No, I
loads of the
should check
bluffs.
min raise, right? Or
I like
call
Louis,
it out?
Lewis is right. I think jamming is, you're leaving some on the table a lot here.
6. Make it
I
6.
mean, 7.5 out there. He has 10 behind. It's like a pot size.
It's
But
like
yeah,
just a
it's
hair
hard
over
to find
pot.
a bluff there.
The thing is, your kings aren't that vulnerable. It's only vulnerable to an ace.
Right.
No,
already
no,
touched an
no,
ace of
no,
clubs, I
no,
don't know.
we're in
Like,
the
say you had a 10, that makes way more sense because then there's so many more bad cards. But like
Yeah.
with kings,
This is just gonna be a
So
call.
Lewis, would you
pretty
call
sure.
or min raise the flop on that one?
I'd call.
Is it a call, Tim?
Under the gun versus big blind, right?
I think in theory, yeah, he just has like a bunch of ace
For
rag
half
that
my
we're getting the right
stack?
price against. He has low pairs that we're getting the right price against.
Oh, I don't know what I did. I'd probably fold.
You should be calling this, I'm pretty sure.
I wanna be the jammer here with this hand.
I mean, for
I
sure.
think it's a fold here. You open EP. you got-
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This is, I never mind. I thought this was blind versus blind and he,
Yeah.
So I
Okay,
think it's
never
a
mind
fold.
then.
I don't know.
Blind versus
What do you
blind.
guys say? But we're getting a good price now.
I just don't think this guy's ever like bluffing. Like, I feel like you're always the
You
get.
never asked
You're,
queen ten, right?
you're never a favorite. If it's a pair, you're like a marginal dog. If it's an ace, a random
Our-
ace, you're a
Our
marginal
MDF
dog.
is only 25%.
I ran it in a spot where we're final three tables. We have 30 big blinds in hijack, which is not quite right, but it's close. Big blind has 10, big blind jams. We call off with suited tens plus, offsuit queen, so king queen off plus, ace seven suited. This is a call. It's worth a tenth of a big.
But if we're under the gun, it's a little different and.
I mean, I
tenth of
ran
a
a
big, I'm
simple.
okay with. I don't know.
Yeah, but like queen jack suited is just gonna be so robust. Like he's still gonna have low pairs. He's still gonna have ace rag. Like if he shows you ace 10 off, you're supposed to call. You know, like you just have enough equity.
Mm.
Yeah, I
That
think
one.
of holding the bottom of your range. The queen jack is gonna make it in the middle of your range.
What is this, Danny?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this final
maybe I had to
table
read.
now? Is this final table now?
No, this is. Might be final three. What's the aces
Wait.
counter at?
I just wanna
Three?
know what V-ball monster did to you, Danny. Did he?
All right, so I
Yeah.
can't. I only have six-handed sims here, but I ran it from low jack, and it's still calling. It's just it doesn't
I
even
think,
the equity
Galen,
doesn't
I
even
think we're
change.
1 and 2 in chips or something like
Uh,
that, and I just wanted to
Is
put
this a
pressure.
jam? Is this a
Against the
jam?
button,
Three?
is that ever a jam?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Having
I-
a nine against late position is bad.
Oh, okay.
9 or an 8, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a call.
Just put it in real quick. I'd
Yeah.
probably jam this against the button.
I mean,
Jamming
we
seems
need
like way too much.
we need to look at the ICM.
I'm
chart
like
slash
chip
egg for
leading
this.
here. I think.
But I think we're
like-
jamming like ace jack off for 20, nearly 30 bigs.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
okay
look at
jamming
average
ace
stack.
10 here. Ace
It's
10.
too much. It's a punt.
Probably jamming suited aces. But you probably have a 3-bet range as well, right?
Right.
Should.
Yep. Yeah, we have a
I
3-bet
could
range
get
as
by
well.
Yeah.
3-betting.
Suited
see the range,
aces, some
please?
suited kings, stuff like that
I thought the offsuited aces wanted to
at Chippy V.
deeper and the
GPV.
suited
Yeah.
ace. on the
Yeah,
3-bet.
your big ace X wants to like your ace queen, ace jack off are gonna wanna shove.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of your
exactly.
suited, like you're gonna have a lot of like not all in 3-bets. You're gonna have your kind of your clickish back type
Yeah,
hands.
exactly.
So yeah, I don't think ace nine fits into that category. I think ace nine's probably just a call here.
Yeah, I like
Can we
it.
see, please, the range?
Oh, Maxi.
Yeah.
Can you run it as
No-
final three
No, it
tables?
just
when you
doesn't
run it?
wanna.
Yeah, final three tables.
Yeah,
exactly.
I have, well, I was gonna say I had one pulled up.
You got one pulled up?
I
Share.
do too.
Oh, whoever's got it here, let me see.
Oh, Jamie, I don't think I've heard your voice. Good to hear you.
Oh, hey.
All right, here's the one I pulled up.
Oh, did you
It's
pull? Oh, you got it? All right.
Final three tables, button is raising 30 big blinds. We have 40. That's pretty similar, right? So yeah, our jamming range is like ace queen off, ace jack off, a little bit of suited stuff, nines and eights. Our 3-bet range is of course hyperpolar, tens plus, and then raggedy offsuit crap. All right.
So one pattern we noticed, and I see it very clear here. When you're the chip leader and you're on the big blind, you can actually bluff with offsuit aces and offsuit kings. At
In
that-
ICM environment.
Well, and that's generally, I mean, I feel like that's a pretty 30 big blind.
Tim's right. It's
action.
just a general thing from the big blind when you're
Yeah, it's
shorter
pretty-
stack.
It's pretty common, 30 big
I've
blinds.
only seen it when we were chip leading.
So the eights,
You-
nines and tens prefer to just call, but everything else has,
So like offsuit trash, like you're saying like, you're never raising king six, king seven offsuit from the big blind?
As a chip leader. Yes, as daddy, you know?
Yeah, and then in small blind it's gonna be more suited stuff. Like remember the queen six suited.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Tim was just saying in general, like outside
So-
of an ICM environment as well. is
What
I
do you
was-
guys like to do here when the six pair and the flush completes? And we block the flush?
oh, we got a bet here. Did it go check, check?
Yeah, check on the flop. I think you have a good opportunity here to stab, no?
Yeah,
I think
That's fine.
stab's good.
What sizing?
Sm-
If I had a
out
six
front?
or a flush, I would go at least half, right?
Well, I think you kinda, the
Uh,
flush is small. When the flush completes like that, you're going small.
I'm
And
checking
small to me
here.
means
We
like
still have
50
we
to
still have
60%
showdown.
pot. Like, it's not huge, but that's kind of the sizing I'm looking at here.
Yeah, I'm conflicted too, cuz we beat a lot of his,
So I
we're just
think you
ahead
missed
a
the
lot
lead.
too.
Think you
Yeah,
missed the
you're-
lead here.
I think,
Your
yeah,
range
I
is
think you,
pretty
I think
wide.
you lead here with the ace of clubs a pretty fair amount, just in general. Well,
Good
when we,
leading.
with the nine of clubs, I don't think you would lead so much.
We
Is that-
never lead here with this hand.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have leads, but I think our leads are gonna be pushing equity, so it's gonna be your
Yeah, yeah.
better, your
You-
better clubs, not your
Not
worst
ace
clubs.
size, right?
No, it's just ace
Pick
high's
ace
just got
size.
showdown, right?
Yeah, it doesn't pick a size. It goes
there's-
for a lot of
there's a
stuff,
little bit.
but not.
Yeah, I bet if you looked at the ace nine off and you looked at the ace of clubs, hands of the ace of clubs, it would probably like,
If we exclude clubs, you think we're getting more action?
I better not fold now, though.
I think if you had the ace of, as I said, I think if you have the ace of clubs and king of clubs, those are the hands that are gonna lean more towards betting.
You seem to be betting less when you don't have the club. Bet
Right.
Yes.
more with the club.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
And
Right, you're-
it's-
Yep, it's about pushing equity. Like in these spots, you wanna have the
Oh,
big
no.
club. Okay,
I can't fold, right?
Well, it's close. If you don't lead, the place to lead the turn. Remember that. That's,
Yeah,
that's.
you-
I remember on the turn here, I regretted not leading. I'm pretty
But-
sure.
At the
Man, I
same
don't know,
time,
he's
your
betting
hand is
less
not
than half
leading, so.
pot. What is he even claiming he has? He bet jacks and you have a jack and now he's betting it. He has pocket nines. Like, what are we supposed to believe he has?
Could have king high.
Yeah.
Oh, close. Well, it's not close.
Nah,
No,
it's a fold.
no, this isn't really that
it's
close.
a
But
fold.
what's your calling range? What do you do with queen jack suited?
Call.
ten suited.
Queen jack suits the nuts.
Queen
Yeah.
10.
Queen ten,
Queen ten's calling. I think in theory you're calling queen
Queen
nine.
ten,
suited.
queen ten suited is calling.
Must be close, right? With
Queen
queen
ten
10.
off is folding.
I'm calling queen nine suited for what it's worth.
Yeah, in theory. I mean,
Yeah, I might
That's
not
50
just
deep,
against population, but just
I
kind of
make
depend,
less of
it's probably
those
player
calls the
dependent.
deeper we get. Like final three tables or what, I'm not gonna call off queen nine suited there.
Yeah, probably not.
For
Uh,
15 big blinds, do we get any shenanigans with pocket fours?
I don't think so. Pre-flop, you mean? I don't think so.
nah,
Yeah,
not
I
versus.
mean,
you-
No,
It's
not
against
against, under the gun, no.
It is an early position raise, but
Can I call once?
Yeah,
I
you're
think
getting
you
great
should,
price.
because you got the diamond, you got the backdoor straight, but
They're
it's
gonna
an
bet
ace high
range.
board, right? So you're supposed to be over folding on these boards. It's close.
I mean, you got a
He's shallow.
diamond.
What do you guys say? Call or fold? I think for
Fold.
one, we call.
Cool.
alright, look at the big blind. There's a lot of three betting, I think.
It's never
Raise or
calling.
fold? Wow.
Never calling.
Wow.
So it's folding.
Wait, at
or
what
raising?
depth? Is that at my depth or his depth? Alright, that's right.
Is.
Yeah, that's right. Huh.
Louis, look at the big blind action. Pre-flop. Yeah, we get a
See,
little bit of
I thought
shenanigans.
it started here. I didn't think fives would get in there, really.
Good shout, Joey. I didn't expect that either.
Oh, really? So we should just flop fold. Flop folding is fine?
We have enough other, like all our ace stuff will. At his
Oh,
depth.
yeah,
just, like, call
folding
down.
is good. This is a close one. It's nine, probably folding.
Yeah.
Alright,
Against
so our
this
range is like
pool,
30% MDF is like 17.
I'd probably call ace jack here at this stage in the
Yeah,
tournament.
we
not
look-
even
we
ace
look-
10.
We looked at this spot. It was like ace jack was calling.
Yeah,
Ace 10 off was calling like a small percent of the time. But that was against 20 bigs, I think. So that was a bit less.
ooh,
Well,
What happened? Did he scam us?
Ace
Yeah.
is counter.
What is the
What do we
aces
have?
coming
5
on
now?
Jesus.
We got
It's back to
scammed,
back.
but the very next hand.
Oh, this
I
hand,
mean-
this was a fun hand.
Galen, are you looking at this?
I'm not. What is he doing?
You
I
should.
love,
You're
I
gonna
love
love
how
it.
he played
The
it.
board is running out terribly.
I love how he
Call.
played it.
I like it, call. I would be tempted to raise that flop, but calling's whatever.
What are you doing this river?
I don't know, man. Maybe block really small or check.
Call.
People go
Got him.
crazy.
Got
I
him.
mean, check call all the way. Wow.
yeah,
I mean,
that
I
got
mean
them.
against half pot, you can never fold aces there.
I
Did
think
he,
if we,
I didn't see what his hand was. What was his hand? Did he have a king?
Queen
No,
seven.
I got
No,
that
yeah.
airball.
he had a
There we
complete
go.
airball.
He had gut shot,
Good.
didn't he? Yeah, gut shot.
Got her.
Oh, Danny, you can't fold here.
Do I?
Danny, you're a bit nitty, man.
Yeah.
Nitty post flop.
Yeah, nitty post.
Too nitty with bottom pair, huh?
Yeah, it's true. It's like, yeah, you're too nitty with bottom pair.
Is he
Oh, I
gonna full
remember
bet?
this.
Is he gonna full bet?
No, so Lewis, 2, 3, 4 days prior to this, I smashed it in with, and ran into kings, right? And that was fresh in my memory. You were watching, I think, when that happened. So I'm like, I'm not gonna
always-
smash it in and
yeah.
run into kings again.
PTSD.
So you have no full bet bluffs? What?
You, do
No,
you-
I would
do you have what it
ace
takes,
5
Danny?
suited some, and
Do you have what it takes here?
today I didn't.
I mean, in the money,
yeah,
I wouldn't.
I don't know. I think, I'm not sure ace three of clubs. Usually
Yeah.
your ace four, ace five of clubs want to do this more than ace
I
three.
mean, no, I think this is definitely a full bet. It's cutoff versus button.
Kind of.
I think we're cool. I think we're shoving all the
Call.
suited. All the
ICM, I would fold.
Yeah, that was
ICM.
maybe not with maybe not with ICM.
But
I
in
mean, maybe
ICM,
Chippy
we want the
V.
blocker. We want the blocker more ICM, no?
I don't.
Yeah,
Danny,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
bet-
but our frequencies go down.
Alright, he folds, he's in it.
how is
Like-
this
Got
a
us
call,
covered, so
though?
I'm not trying to bluff the guy that's got me covered, honestly. It's not.
Louis, what do I do in game when this spot comes up?
This one here,
Yes,
you just call.
cool.
I look at his 3-bet like to
I think
like.
if you had
uses
ace
the net
four
versus
or
frequency
ace
fold.
5, Lewis, you fire. If you had ace
Okay.
four off, you fire. Ace 3. It's not my favorite.
Yeah,
What was it like? So button cut off. Cutoff raise, button 3 bets, back to the cutoff. I see, ace 4, ace 5.
We should just.
I
really
ain't,
be
I'm not too
looking at-
strong on these, but ace 4, ace 5 and ace queen, I always find.
We should really be looking at like final three table or something here, right? I mean,
this still is, right? Oh, it's not. That explains that. I was confused how we could call.
I'm trying to make a habit in my game of just studying these ranges a lot more because they are subtly different and I think there's edge to be gained.
Yeah, it's just a pain to pick the configuration every time.
It is. So we're 30 versus 40.
Sort on
Oh.
our open side, like sort on the cutoff size, and then you can find one with the right button.
We'll go to any, because I think it's too dispersed for.
Yeah, and other things are there, yeah, you never find the perfect one here because other stacks in play impact your ranges dramatically.
ICM, you wanna bump up the.
I
check.
told you ICM.
Yeah.
You shove
So
more
we
the blocker hands.
mainly
But
go
this is
for
for 22, it's a little different still. And it's not like it prints, I mean, we need some bluffs, right? But it's 0.05 and. I'm just gonna knock out some bluffs at this, in this.
You're
Yeah,
a
but
bit
I'm
post
never
flop,
folding it.
No, you can't call, you absolutely can't call.
So this one here, I find.
We're just
Question.
gonna get bullied post.
So this jam here, Danny, feels like you're done playing the game.
No, why?
Do you
This
think
bad?
it's good?
Yeah, especially against the two big blind open off 15, which should be theoretically a tighter range.
So yeah,
I
you
mean,
got
yeah,
the
I
king
mean, that's
blocker.
not a two big blind bet off of 50. That's a two big blind bet off of 15. I would be really cautious
Eh,
about doing this. I would
I probably
actually,
had some.
I would actually almost
reads.
fold unless you have stats on this guy that says he's just like crazy. Or not ICM aware.
And your thought
This is
about
where
the
we
two big,
could consider, maybe not yet, switching to like showing every hand. Okay.
yeah, this here, Danny, it feels like you've played enough and you're giving it away.
So, but with suited, it's fine, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
suited
think
is
so.
standard. Louis, are you still looking at I think you're on chippy V ranges.
Yep. Do you
Yeah,
want
it's-
to jam here at ICM then?
No, absolutely not. I just want to be studying the
Even
ICM.
worse, right? I'm just.
Yeah, and
Might
ICM, I'm
get better.
keeping it off mixes folds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think if this was small blind versus button, I think it's in there.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe even one position later, button versus cutoff. Maybe you can get in there.
I rolled high as well. Like, I'm definitely not always doing this.
Yeah, this is not good.
Well, you can't
this-
always just,
Could
Danny-
could it ever be like a click? Could you ever
You can't-
click and fold this?
you can't.
If you really think he's just screwing around?
I don't
Yeah,
think.
no,
No,
you're gonna say
Not
jack.
at not at 16 big blinds. At
Danny.
15
Cause I
bigs.
roll high, I can't add in
Right.
hands that aren't actually in there, right?
Danny, you can't always just go by a randomizer. You have to look at their HUD stats first.
Yeah, that is my first.
And you only go to the randomizer if their HUD stats show that they're solid.
Right.
so when you see that two big blind bet, that's indicating one of two things, it seems to me. One is that he's got hands that he's willing to fold in there. And the other is that he's not trying to make sure the big blind folds. So one is pushing him towards strength and the other is pushing him towards weakness. How do you think about those two against each other?
It kind of will depend on my read on the big blind too. Like if big blind has been folding to steal a ton, then I think that he can still be wide with the min raise. And if he's defending all the time, then I don't know. Not everyone adjusts to that either. I don't know.
Why
Oh,
check?
let's bet.
Yeah, I can't get behind checking here.
I think you should always bet.
And I'm very happy to get it in. Like I'm closer to a jam than a check.
Yeah, yeah, SPR of like 3, like top pair,
Wet, wet.
we're just fine, like getting it
Yeah.
in. I
This
wonder
is
if
a
that's
big
even a
bet
spot where
spot.
we even get to like. I wasn't even, that was a spot where you got to go big on flop, but
No, but you can see the
No.
EVs, and in theory,
Wait.
the EVs are higher. Of going
Yeah.
I
big.
like a bet of one here.
With the SPR, you can, you go low because it sets up a 3-street.
yeah,
GMO.
but is that balanced out, but is that outweighed by the connectivity of the board and just wanting to get your best vulnerable hands, the money in with your best vulnerable hands right away.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would say
like,
on
seeing
deeper stack, yeah,
monsters.
but I think with lower SPRs, you could still get away with small bets.
Yeah, so like when you're at 20, it really doesn't matter as much as it would be, say, at like 40 or 35.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
This is final two tables, by the way.
Final two?
Yeah,
Okay, phew. I was hoping it was not a
How
final.
many more times are you gonna have aces?
I think it's final two.
King nine against a big stack. Close, right?
No, I think it's just a call. Just gotta play poker.
Is it FT? I don't know.
Lead on the
Can't be, right?
turn, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree. Lead on turn. Seems good.
With full range?
Yeah, after I
With
do
many
check
hands,
check,
I don't-
it's
not
the
necessarily
You
turn,
own
and
that
the
board.
big blind. It kinda fits.
Not
But
full
many
range,
hands.
but definitely with a spade.
King
or
of
king
spade?
high.
Yeah.
Range is gonna do a lot of shenanigans, I think, on this turn. Look at this, even this hand.
Mm.
So range shenanigans, I say.
You
What's
just-
the size of this probe?
There you go. Pick your poison, Scotty.
There's half
Okay.
pot, there's third pot, and there's 3/4 pot.
Okay,
It's based on your holding. If you have a 5, you bet bigger.
I mean, 5 to the
A
nuts.
7. And then.
Basically, you want nut hands or hands that can make the nuts.
and everything else bets small, but small is,
So Danny, so
here is
far you're
not one, is
playing,
not
I
1.15.
think pretty well, but one thing you're missing very often. These leads opportunity from the big blind, when a low card pairs, when a straight card comes like this. It's easy to add to your game, so. If I was you, I
Mhm.
would work on that.
You mean out of position?
Yeah, from the big blind.
Yeah,
And that's also a great double barrel spot because you can fold ace high by the river because
and also-
ace has a gut shot.
also. When a
Oh.
flush
Okay,
is-
This is final table, isn't it?
Okay, but that ace queen jam is not a thing.
Yeah, so that was the spot where in hindsight, I probably could have like 2.5x'd or something. I don't
So
know.
this
I was
is the
just like,
final table.
Or just 2x. I mean, just don't give away your hand strength.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
2x.
Just play. You have a
just
great
don't
hand.
want the short big blind to defend with his crap and get
Why?
there.
Well, why? Because
it's
we
FT,
dominate.
It's FT, I just wanna pick up the chips.
So I had that in my game a couple years ago of a lot of like 15 big blind jams in high ICM spots. And the problem is like X% of the time they just have it, like someone's just gonna pick you off with jacks and then you're facing an extremely high variance spot. And yeah, I mean, I think people play pretty well against that jam. I think they call you when they're supposed to, and I think they fold when they're supposed to.
Yeah, I would hop on
It-
the back of what Tim's saying. People have studied push fold charts much more than they've studied final table 15 big blind post flop sims. So it's like, yeah, you can drag them into the deep end of the pool where they're gonna make mistakes essentially by taking post flop shallow SPR.
And they just like it's some percentage of the time they have ace king, they have kings, they have jacks, and like you still lose. So you don't save anything by just jamming because they still get it in.
Is there an argument, and I'm just gonna play devil's advocate, and if,
I like
because
that.
because a lot of that is about the big blind, like. A lot of the value of that is about the big blind not defending about the big blind defending correctly. If they're defending if they're defending incorrectly, does it make more sense to?
It makes more
sure.
sense to open not all in if they're defending incorrectly, because
Yeah.
very rarely they're gonna be under
Are they gonna be, or
defending.
if they're too wide, does that become a negative?
No, that
I
becomes a
think
positive.
we benefit both ways because like if they're defending a bunch of trash hands, then they probably have to check fold a lot post flop.
Yeah,
If they get too aggressive post flop and we just have top pair, we're just gonna calm down on an ace or a queen, right? Like we're not folding.
of course they're
And
going to hit it.
if they fold too much, then we just take down the pot more often. Like I just think on both sides we
Nope.
we benefit from their
I like
mistakes.
that. Yeah,
They're
no,
going to hit the flop 30% of the time on average. The other 70%, we just throw out 1 or 2 big blinds, C bet, and we just pick up the pot with those extra 2 big with the extra big blind tossed in from the loose call.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. I was just kind of throwing it out there. It was just
Yeah, no, I like the devil's advocate thing. Yeah, like, looking at it from both sides of, from both perspectives is smart. You
yeah,
I like
because there are some ICM spots where the wider a player's range is, the worse it is for you.
I think that's true, but I want to actually apply that logic on the other side. I think that's a bit scary for our jamming. Like if somebody like if button just calls with pocket sixes or something punty, which like we see sometimes, right? That's really bad for us. We do not want to run a flip with 47% equity, with like 25 big blinds or 20 big blinds behind, against that hand. So I don't think that happens a lot, but like the small percentage of the time that does happen, it's also pretty bad for us.
Yep.
What do you guys prefer here?
And one more point. Sometimes the big blind's going to hit the flop when we hit it too. And we're going to have the stronger hand more often than not because of our range and the range he's calling with.
Yeah, we have a lot of reverse implied odd situations in our favor.
Yes. A6 suited is just a jam, right?
A lot of your suited aces are gonna jam here pretty handedly.
Yeah, I
This
think-
guy has a lot to lose also compared, like, there's 2 shorter stacks than him. Which, also should make his range a little bit stronger since he's opening, but I don't know. I mix some of these. For sure.
Yeah,
I like the
In
I-
ICM. we
I
can do
could
this
I
with,
could even
like,
see
every
I could
ace.
even see that as a fold.
Six
Like I mean I
eight.
think A6 specifically might be just A6 is
But
just.
final two, I think it might be final two. We didn't see shorthanded before,
Are we
right?
final two or I thought we were final table?
I honestly am not sure. This is the bad part about having played this like 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Cause that would also change things a little bit.
We haven't seen shorthanded before this, right? So it must still be final two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then it's probably more of a jam.
Oh.
I like it.
There we go.
There we go.
Final table.
Oh yeah, there was a double bust out after the longest FT bubble of all time.
Oh, yeah? Okay, Rick. This
It wasn't that long for me.
This is good. I think. so.
Well,
guys,
there
look at
were, there were a
look at
ton
the-
of folds that we didn't see.
I'm looking at that A6 suited hand. It actually mixes folds, and it does not go all in. It against a similar stack to us, final two tables.
Just three bets.
He had 3 bets, a little bit not all in with
Huh.
A6 suited.
Makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I thought it might even fold a little.
With average
it's
stack
like-
higher than ours?
And it folds 50%. Yeah, it folds
Yeah.
50%.
Okay, now that makes sense.
It's really conservative.
Yeah, A6
Right,
is
average
A6
stack.
is not like a hand that
Cause average
most
stack
just don't like
matters.
A6.
Was it ripping ace 5, ace 4, ace 3?
Yes, exactly. It's 5, A4, A3.
So you were close, Danny. You're
Yeah.
just one pip out. Oh. The church.
Church.
You gotta be
Thought
praying.
it was game over.
God bless the church.
Jam off 11, probably okay.
I think
Yeah,
maybe
can you min, oh, you still
think
min off
min,
12?
I think min-
Wizard
min-
says yes. Wizard says you should still be min raising, but I don't actually use that in my game at 11. But
It depends if they reshove or not.
Yeah, 10 to 12 is always that weird cutoff spot where I'm not sure if I'm ever supposed to just min.
I think you have to bet that flop because they don't have any aces, and you do. Actually, maybe you don't. Depends if you jam all your aces.
You'd bet here.
I do not
Wouldn't-
have any aces, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
you
say,
should have
wouldn't we
plenty
be
of
jamming
lot.
most of our
you
ace
should have
X?
a lot of good aces here.
I think the decision when you're like 10, 12. If you think you're better post flop, try to take it post flop. If you think the rest of the table has a post flop advantage on you, just get it in.
Yeah, I think definitely you're letting him realize your equity by not betting there because he has no aces essentially. So when you bet one, you just fold everything which has good equity against you. Well,
Agreed.
when you check, you just let him get there with like a random high card.
Yeah, we missed a lot of the
Queen-
interesting folds that I wanted to look at, but that's okay.
That queen deuce suited, was that a limp and then a fold to a raise, or did we just fold? We
Yeah,
didn't,
that's right. We limp folded.
I didn't see the raise. Okay.
We're going at warp speed.
What about this here?
Standard.
I think it's
I'm not sure.
You jam jacks? Was there open in front of you?
It was an open,
Open
yeah, it
in
was
front.
open and then 3-bet jam.
How about shoving this king four suited?
Looks like you're up against some nits. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Three
right?
nits.
People, I don't know. People like get three-handed and then act like they're not supposed to VPip. It's like you're supposed to play some hands. Like,
Is this a good jam?
No,
Final
Does
table,
ICM make it worse?
I don't know.
No blockers.
It
I mean,
seems
there's not a-
fine with 3 people left.
yeah, 3 people left. There's actually not a ton of ICM three.
Yeah,
Three
it's not,
players?
not, if we were at 4 or 5 players,
Would
I
be
think. we'd
worse,
call
right?
this.
So
If we're at
probably a good
5,
jam.
He really
I think it's fine.
doesn't
I
wanna
think it's
call
pretty
and
good.
lose.
yeah, we need to get to heads up.
Ooh, the
No.
5.5 big bars and raise. Why are we doing that?
Huh?
Because you guys
Uh,
have said that these guys are tight, threes are
in
going to
case
be
they
a
both
better
jam.
jam there.
Yeah, but why open so large with sixes?
Yeah, it's just, we're just blowing past this.
In
Like,
case, yeah, you
Yeah,
go back,
Louis,
Louis.
go back like 5 hands. You're just blowing past the.
He's only got 19 minutes left, guys.
It's-
Give him a
it's
break.
open-
We gotta
it's
get
an
through
open
this.
Jam. Instead of
Oh,
open
we're almost
jamming,
finished. It's not
What
that.
happens after 19
I
minutes?
just don't see anything interesting.
well, slow down because maybe other people do.
Okay, good. Are
We're
we
talking
it
about
was the
pocket
sixes
sixes.
hand,
We're
they were
talking about
curious.
Talking about
pocket
pocket
sixes.
sixes. We spent 10 minutes trying to get back to the hand.
There you go.
Everyone folds. What?
No, but look at my open. They're curious about why I made it this size.
So you're making this basically like an effective jam against the big blind, I guess? And you
Yeah.
can still fold versus the small
If they both
blind?
jam.
I think it's
Yeah,
just fancy
yeah.
play syndrome. Why not just min raise? Why not just have a min raise and jam
Yeah.
and shit?
No, it's so you can get the ladder if the small blind and big blind go in.
I don't hate this.
Now,
I mean, this is definitely a thing when like you wanna have a hand that benefits from jamming, but you don't wanna commit yourself against like jam, call situations.
so
I
if
don't know
you,
if it's
if
like a
you,
big thing 3-handed though.
yeah, I
Maybe it
mean,
is.
like, I would do this I would do this again in 4 and 5 hand configurations where the
You guys
IC
wanna see a
pressure
sim?
is sig-
But this
Can't
is
you
a
get the
bigger pay
same
jump
thing-
if they both go all in.
Here, Louis,
can't
can I
you
share?
get the same
That's
thing if you open 2? Then you're losing less when the small blind open, wakes up with a hand he shoves.
You-
But if
Or
I
just-
open 2, he can defend all this crap that has good equity against
Louis, can I
sixes.
share?
Yeah, I
Um,
don't hate it. If you open it and then it goes jam call, you could fold and maybe
That's-
ladder.
There's
Uh,
nothing interesting for me here, guys.
Louis, can I share?
I have a question for this one, Louis,
Yep,
which is if the small blind jammed, were you folding those sixes? Not to jam call, just to
No.
jam, straight up jam.
No.
Okay,
If
So yeah,
just
you
to
see
one
here,
jam, I would
it's-
call.
It's
gotcha.
mixing a little bit of jams from button,
okay.
but like it's mainly using a min raise or all in strategy. And I think it's just better if you want to have hands, then you do want to have hands that can raise fold, right? Like king jack off really wants to be able to raise fold from button.
So the question is, do they even try to look at a strategy like that people do that I've never seen in the solver, which a lot of people do use this odd, like large, like say, like committal size. Where I've never seen anyone actually like, I haven't seen it in solvers. If you know what I mean.
I think well, exactly. And I think if even if they, yeah, if we raise min raise and then all in call, we still call it off, which feels bad. But yeah, I just
So give us some
That's
EV.
necessary. And my prediction is that like you don't have three sizes balanced here.
Show some EV, Tim.
I
Press
don't
some
see
strategy
anything.
plus
Mixing
EV.
I
folds.
see a black screen.
You see the
Okay.
black
Oh, there it is.
0.34 and then aces.
I mean, aces, that's what keeps.
So 0.6, so half of, so 5% of
5%.
aces.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, nice to look at, thanks.
But yeah, there's just so much stuff to balance, and like I need to balance a min raise and all in and a 5 big blind raise size. Like, ooh,
Well, you actually, you don't balance the all in anymore. That replaces the all in essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah, your min raise is like aces and kings. Ace, king.
Now,
maybe.
I still
I
hate.
can still
hate
have
it.
min raises, but that's
It-
my new jam size.
And it's all. Like all of the things he said, it's like,
Yay.
I don't want the big blind to call. It's like, I'm afraid to play post flop.
With the
Well,
ace
like,
queen,
I'm-
I agree with you,
it's not
Joey,
just
but with
jamming, so, like-
sixes, I think there's a lot of merit to it. That's why
but I
you
think the
see hands
solver
just open
recognizes
jamming for
that like
20.
it doesn't want to play post a bunch and it jams 50% of the time. I think it's a great strategy.
Wait, did we open, did we
Whoa,
just,
whoa, slow down. There's a
No, we
3 big
called
blind
off.
stack and we're letting button see a flop.
I was gonna say the last hand, did queens just open rip over the 19 big blind and
Yeah,
the,
you
Yeah.
should min raise, I think.
Alright, so for context here, this Caveira guy was playing well and smart, and I didn't think he was having a min raise range here at all. I thought this was like the nuts or the nuts. Which is why I didn't rejam.
He should
I
just
would
be.
be, I
No,
honestly,
he-
I would just be piling in this guy's face with a
He's
3
got
big
17
blind.
big blinds. He's
This
not
was
gonna
like a
go.
game flow in game, how observing him play for 100 hands, like he's too smart to be opening anything here. That
No,
he's
he's
not.
allowed to
willing
open.
go
He's
with.
allowed to have open folds.
He's gonna have a
Um,
lot of opens there like that.
It's my impression that he's opening a lot.
I don't think he's like one hand from a pay jump, why would he open anything?
No, he should be. I mean, he shouldn't be like opening too wide. He does tighten up, but like, ace 10 suited, you think he open mucks? He should open that.
I
Right, well,
think
call or
he would
jam, I
open
think
ace 10
both are
suited,
kind
but
of fine. I
but
don't
then-
mind calling here too much.
I don't know.
yeah, I think we have. I mean, if you said you wanted to,
I could
I
three
mean,
bet
you can even have
small and then-
clicks. You
I
can
don't
have
know.
clicks.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
could-
you're gonna have clicks here too, right? I
just
would
think-
mind king jack suited as a click more than,
Yeah, the general like heuristic has
get
to
behind
be
that.
when we're big stack and there's a small stack at the table, we must be going bonkers.
Yeah.
Like we have to be putting pressure on a lot.
I know it, and I recognize that, and something drove me towards just calling. It was, sometimes you just have a gut feeling of what's happening.
Honestly,
I-
I don't
here.
mind that, Danny. If you have like a justification for it, like, whatever,
He's too
Deviate.
smart. He's just too smart.
I don't
as
like
long
the
as you
lead
know
on the
what,
turn.
like as long as you know what it should be done what you should be doing in a vacuum, I think is kind of the idea.
Okay, well, you dodged a bullet here.
I don't
I
like
mean,
the
like,
lead on the turn, personally.
We'll never know what his opening range was, right? But he did
Hmm.
in fact have ace, so.
I actually, I think I do like the lead on the turn.
I think he's gonna be checking back a lot of aces here.
Yeah, I like the lead on turn.
So if you lead turn, why not block bet river too? So you don't have to face a big bet.
I'm with that too, Ken. I think that's a reasonable justification right there to control the pot. Because if you're following Danny's read where the guy's gonna have like top of his range or whatever, and it's just the nuts. Kind of playing blockers and marginal hands to control the pot, I think is smart, because what's he gonna do otherwise? He's just gonna polarize and, blast you out of the orbit.
Yeah, I guess the diamond slowed him
Yeah.
down. He did end up betting small, but I wonder if it's like a heart if he goes like bigger here.
Probably, I don't know. I think this little bet's kinda weird, to be honest.
It is weird. He just
yeah,
wanted to
well,
get paid back.
yeah, because you never see small
He's
small
losing the
river
straights.
bets
He's
in
losing the
position,
straights
which
and
would
flushes.
also lead me to maybe the guy's not as good, because I would not expect to see small.
Well, he's actually the highest rated player on Shark Scope left at the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know why he's
I
betting
sharp
small.
Scoped him.
He's
pretty
got
good.
some success on ACR. He's up like 13K or whatever.
Yeah.
He's betting small because there's like no aces in the deck. He's got all the aces. He wants to get called by a king. So he's targeting the king by going small. A king's gonna fold to a big bet.
You're
Small
also
might be
possibly
appropriate.
inducing shenanigans. I mean, I don't think you really care. Like, if the guy's got a flush or a straight, I guess you just lose the tournament third and punt it off, but. I, I don't know, man. I
Well,
could
he has a
understand.
diamond, so like he blocks the flush pretty hard too.
Mm-hmm. I think I like not all in more than jamming here. If you were suited, I would jam more.
Also, why are we jamming ace eight and we weren't jamming? I mean, don't you have the same read now as before?
Well, now the guy's no longer one hand from busting, right?
Yeah,
guy
the
had
chip
3 bigs,
distribution's
now he
different
has
now.
12.
Oh, okay.
His hand has
So I
less
think they can
playability
put a lot
post
more
as
pressure.
well.
Yeah, I would lean call here, but.
Small, yeah, that's good.
The one big blind that, oh,
I think this is good. I would probably done similar, I think.
rip, that's fine. Oh, the diamonds. Diamonds are forever.
The six.
Wow.
Second nuts.
And then this guy who we thought was gonna finish heads up, well, no. It's not him, the actual net. Oh my goodness.
You have to call here.
No, this is almost like isn't this a snap heads up? Probably
Against the
blinds.
silver knit.
Against
I
the
did
knit,
snap
even
here.
against the knit, I still think it's probably a snap.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
what do
agree.
you do with king ten off here?
Yeah,
Cause
Call.
for me, this would be the floor of what I would consider call.
Against the, yeah, I mean, I
King
would
ten
think
off,
so
I'm
because I
like,
would,
hey. No, are you not? Are you happy?
Uh,
with
I'm
that then?
pretty, king ten off feels kinda bad, man.
So this
I
is
know it's
the
only
floor.
12 effective, but
King 10
I-
short call, king 9.
I don't know, man. I
ooh.
call this.
yeah, I'd rather
I-
have king ten than like threes here.
I think he's shoving worse kings. Even if
Alright.
he's a near.
So we all agree it's a nice call, the bottom. Oh, king
I
jack.
think
Jack.
I think it's a fun call.
I
No
think
more
king
clubs.
ten's in there too.
Four is that, I think four is good, yeah,
Jesus.
and that's
I
how
think
we did
king 10
it.
I think we can go down to king eight suited.
King eight suited, oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I
King
would,
10.
yeah, that seems about right. I would say king ten off, king eight suited, probably all your pairs.
You guys are pretty dialed in, what's the range?
All of your suited ace X probably even could do it.
Yep. You guys are pretty dialed in.
Alright, man, well, Danny, man, you play pretty well.
How about an offsuit ace?
Maybe
Three
not
off.
your worst offsuit ace X.
I-
Maybe like I would probably not like ace four off, I probably would fold.
Yep, Solver says ace three off.
Yeah, I'm around ace four.
Ace 7 plus.
And that's how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
beat
yeah,
it.
it's just because like the better. You run it all five, so you just really just wanna have like. A hand that could dominate some worse ace X. Or can
Actually,
make
yeah,
fun
I
of
think
it.
ace
Congrats,
six.
Danny. Good
Good
job.
job, man.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
Congrats, man, well played.